Hello and welcome to another edition of Reality NSFW's coverage of Big Brother 24. Got it right this time. We are here on a Wednesday, just like the old days, Brent. We're back on a Wednesday because Brent has work tomorrow. Alex, unfortunately, couldn't make it, but we're happy to be here with you. I'm joined, as always, by my amazing co-host, Mr. Brent Wolgamott. Brent, how are you?
What's up, man? How you doing? I'm so excited to be here on a Wednesday. It's just like the old days. Like that's from a show, and I can't remember what show it's from, but like it's in my head. It'll come to me by the end. Maybe someone in the chat can tell me, but I know that's from it's somebody who says it really sarcastically too, like just like the old days. Like they're like up to something really evil and nefarious. Anyway, how are you doing? I'm very excited to be here.
I'm good. I'm very excited to be here as well. We had a great episode tonight where once again we see Michael. Well, we see Michael, I guess, showing his dominance.
Yes, Michael's fantastic. My quibble is more with the show runners, the show editors. Ironically, I'm Facebook friends with one of them, so I can't imagine he specifically worked on this episode. I have to believe it's like other people. By the way, there's not a lot of people watching right now. But it's because I just tweeted out the link, and I just put it on a few other places. So I hope more people will come in. But anyway, that's what's going on. I wasn't thrilled with the editing of tonight's episode, but I am thrilled with Michael doing everything he can to win all of these competitions because it's honestly kind of refreshing. I don't want to hear like, oh, he needs to throw it. Like, girl, the barn door's open. The horses are out. Everyone knows he's a comp threat at this point. Might as well take the power in your own hands and do something with it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we started off the episode. I was not able to see the first. It was mainly the Muffin Gate 2.0. So I got to see that on the live feed. So tell me, did you get anything out of that segment now that they brought it back one more time?
No, I didn't really get anything out of it other than they're going to beat it into the ground. I thought Sunday's show, we haven't talked about Sunday's show, but I thought Sunday's show did that really, really well. Sunday's show was a lot of fun, a lot of character development, a lot of fun, hijinks. And again, I talked about on Thursday's episode why we love Turner so much, because it's not like James from Big Brother, whatever the fuck season he's from, where he would like jump out of trash cans to scare people because he thought it would make good TV. Turner did this because he was just having a little fun himself. Little did he know it was going to evolve into a storyline on Big Brother. But like, I'm sure he had no idea when he was doing it that was his intent, okay? He had to be cajoled by other people into going into the diary room and talking about the Muffin. And I do love it because not only is the Muffin, like the whole Muffin Gate thing, a little bit of a fun storyline, but also Turner is really bagging on Jasmine really, really hard in the diary room now. And I know me and all the other fans are definitely here for that.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry. I find Jasmine insufferable. I just cannot stand some of the stuff that she does, especially in the diary room. So to see anyone messing with her is just absolutely fantastic.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Sorry. We have a little bit of technical difficulties over here, but are we good?
Yeah.
Look good now?
Yeah, I mean, am I good? Because I think it feels to me like you're lagging, but I can't tell if that's just a me thing or if the chat is like with me on that. Like it maybe I'm ahead. I don't know.
No, I'm getting the same thing on your end too, but it's probably my end because it seems like it's the whole thing's lagging. But is it better now? Does it seem like it's staying afloat?
Well, we'll just continue to talk a little bit, and you can when I end talking, just go ahead and respond like normal. And if there's a lag, we'll definitely hear it. Okay. So we can talk about some of the fun things from tonight's episode. Like while we're talking about fun things with the Muffin Gate and the Jasmine and Turner, the hatred of it all. She's kind of hating on him. He's really hating on her. I will also say that if Taylor doesn't get an endorsement from Frito-Lay or if they don't give her a job after this season, I don't know what the world is coming to, because she literally walks around the house sometimes with the bag of chips. They weren't just having fun in the episode. They were actually like being pretty legit. She walks around with the Lays. Obviously, I have a friend, Cassie on Big Brother Twitter, who changed her name to With the Lays because that's what Taylor said in that infamous fight between her and Daniel and Nicole when Daniel said, Taylor, I can't even remember what he said because I blocked it out of my head. But when Daniel was going after Taylor in the bathroom and saying, you need to stop this right now. You need to stop doing what you're doing. And her response was, with the lays? Like she was totally oblivious to what was going on because honestly, she was trying to be a good person and he was accusing her of being a bad person. Anyway, that's like 2 weeks ago. But yes, the segment with Taylor and the lays tonight, I thought was very, very appropriate, very apropos, as I would say. And I was glad that the show had a little fun with it. I will say, and you saw this at the end of the episode, look, y'all, I am as big a Taylor fan as there ever has been. But I will say that her acting skills in the diary room need a little work because you can tell she's being fed lines from the producers, like really, really tell she's being fed lines from the producers, and she needs a little bit of spice in her life because she's coming off a little stiff right now. And it's not the Taylor that I know and love, because Taylor in real life in the Big Brother house is not stiff at all. I wish they would just let her talk like she normally does, because she's very, very intriguing to the camera. The audience loves her. Don't try to feed her lines, diary room. That's a terrible idea. And I know all of you out there had to see it too, because it wasn't very fun to watch.
Yeah, I feel like this season, more than past seasons, you can really tell the diary room influence when you can tell when they're feeding them lines. And she's one of them. I feel like Michael's another one that I can tell when he's getting fed lines, because it just doesn't, for me, it doesn't flow natural. It just seems like he's trying to make a speech that was presented to him, more like he's reading a cue card more than he's actually flowing in normal conversation. So I have noticed that quite a bit. Oh, and Jasmine. I mean, Jasmine, I said I'm going to beat a bush with this one. She just, every time she has one of those one-liners, I'm just like, come on, diary room, please stop this. But yeah, no, I agree with you. And I actually did want to bring up one thing. Tracy Burke brought it up in the comments here. Have you noticed that the bag is backwards in the diary room? Every time the lays is backwards. And it bothers me. Yes, I've noticed this too. Every single time when she's, when they show a clip of her or she's in the diary room with the lays, it's always backwards. I get it. They don't want to show the branding, but you're talking about lays. Why can't you show the lays? I don't know. It is very noticeable, unless she just holds it that way and it's just like a natural thing that she doesn't even think about.
Right. Oh gosh, yeah. I don't know what's happening with that. I will say that maybe that's just something that they overlooked. Again, the editing on this episode wasn't to my liking, so that's just something else where they're doing shoddy work. I did notice when I took a picture today of so for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, I got the monkeypox vaccination. I was very, very excited about. It's very, very hard to get right now. Somehow I used every trick in the book to get it. Because for those of you who really don't know what monkeypox is, it's primarily affecting gay men who have sex with other men at this point, and that is a category that I am proudly part of, very much so at this point. So I was somebody who was in the highest risk group of people who needed to get the monkeypox vaccine, and I got it. So when I tweeted out my monkeypox vaccine card. It was actually more of a sheet of paper, but it looks sort of like a card. I put it out there, and then I realized it was backwards. And even I, in the midst of being in a car in 90-degree heat and didn't have my air conditioner on at the moment because I just gotten in, was able to realize that it was backwards and immediately flip it around so that people could actually read it. Obviously, the Big Brother producers, not so much.
I just find it interesting. I almost feel like it's intentional at this point because of the fact that maybe it's a branding issue. I have no idea. I have no idea, because I know with this house, they do have a lot of sponsors that they put their products in the house, but there are also stuff that they put in the house that are by request or whatever that aren't sponsors, but they usually do cover-ups or something to hide it. So I did find that interesting.
Yes,
all right,
exactly.
So yeah, let's get into it. So first off, we got through that. We got through Muffin Gate 2.0. What did you think of the Otev competition that we had once again for 20 straight seasons now? No, it feels that way.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know how we really felt about it, but I did like the sauce. Like, Bobby, what were you thinking when you saw the sauce on the screen and you got to look for all the sauce? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, we get it already. Oh my God. Like, I'll give them credit for one thing, okay? They fast forwarded through all the people saying, I brought you hot sauce. I brought you hot sauce. I brought you hot sauce. Otev, I brought you hot sauce. Like, we got rid of that, okay?
Thank
we got
God.
rid of that.
I did notice that.
But
too.
instead, we got freaking Otev singing all these stupid songs. Totally, this is Melissa Denny. She called this out on Twitter. I'm giving her credit because she had it spot on. The freaking idiot singing all these stupid songs that were like, I also would give my friend Kyle Gates on Twitter a shout out because he said, like, I remember when Otev was actually hard and you had to think about the answer. Not so much anymore. They apparently don't give a shit about that. They just do whatever the fuck they want and give them all the answers themselves and like to sing these, so they think, catchy little songs that really just take all of the air out of the episode. Any tension that we felt was totally dissipated by the and I know Big Brother's quirky, but like the editing for this episode wasn't it. It just wasn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I noticed that too. I was like, okay, every single time you can tell what the answer is going to be. They give it to you basically in the song. So it's not that hard. And honestly, I think at this point, I think Otev's kind of broke. I really do, because of the fact of what Michael did. Michael put, the stockpile strategy into effect and just went in a corner, put all the little pieces in one area. And as a super fan, this is something you should know. You need to get these pieces in place. You need to start gathering things and make sure you have the piece you need. But while you're doing that, you can wait a little bit while other people are searching and stockpile. And now that this has once again been a strategy someone's used and absolutely dominated with, I think that Otev's broke at this point. I really do. I think they need to change it up.
Yeah.
I think it needs a refurbishment.
That's true. Yeah, I did miss talking about that actually, and I had missed the first. I was trying to do other things tonight. I missed the first round in Otev, so I actually kind of missed that Michael was doing the hoard all of the answers into one little spot and then run to get it when you need that answer. I did see it at the end, obviously, when he used it to beat Terrance. But yeah, I'm with you on that. I feel like that this competition has been broken by the contestants, especially the fans that know what they're doing. And it's not very fun to watch either. I will say that they just need to retool it, not get rid of it totally, because, it's one thing like Otev and Zingbot and other shit that slop. Like, they're not going to get rid of all this other stuff. No. But I do think they could rejigger it and hopefully make it a lot better.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I had the baby monitor going off in the background, so I had to take that out of the room before it drove me nuts.
All good.
So let's get into it though. We see, like you said, the singing Otev singing us a song. They have to bring the bottles of hot sauce up to Otev and show which competition Otev was referring to in his song, which, like you said, it was incredibly easy this time. I miss the days where it was actually difficult and people would come up with the wrong one. Look at Rockstar bringing up the wrong one, or she's bringing up the wrong one.
Tyler
telling him, oh no, that's not the right one, and he ends up winning the competition. That made for such great drama, and it was actually difficult. And now we've gotten to this point where Otev's like, oh yeah, it's the one where you're on the balance beam and there's a dog and it's Pooch and all this stuff, because we have to say Pooch a million times in an episode to remind you that Pooch was a person in this household. And then you just have to go find the freaking catch-up that says the standing competition or whatever, is the walking beam competition. Like, come on, give us something, because it's really predictable. It's not even hard for us at home who didn't live that competition to remember that.
Right. Yeah, so people are asking in the chat, I think it was Nowhere Man who asked, like, how can this be fixed? I do think that there are some ways that it could be fixed. The thing that instantly springs to mind, and I know that they want the contestants to get messy, so maybe there's a way they can implement this into that. But you know how during the HOH competition that Monty won, the first part of that HOH competition, they dropped all of the letters into the yard, and they didn't drop them all at once. They dropped them little by little. Like, they dropped 100 here and then 100 there and then 100 there and then 100 there. Like, it wasn't all at once. And my suggestion would just be, don't put any of the subsequent answers in any of the previous piles. Like, do it like that, where you're dropping in all of these bottles with answers on them. But, like, for instance, the slackline competition, Mind Your Jump or whatever the fuck that Michael won, the HOH competition that Michael won, that was the last bottle. That bottle should not be available for other contestants to find until the final round. And also, the questions just need to be tougher. That's the thing. But again, I don't think Big Brother sees this as an issue, because they just want people flopping around in the slop and making funny noises when they go up the hill and bash their chin or, whatever the hell. This is not it for me.
I will say this, though. I did like the aesthetics of the competition tonight. I feel like the amount of production work that they put into that with the water. Dude, that was like a freaking river back there in the backyard.
Well,
like, I was impressed by that.
I'll give credit to whoever the PA was who decided to push the button and have the mud go right into the face of Jasmine and Terrance. That was glorious. I see you. I saw you. That was good TV. I was here for that. But everything else was a bit lacking, shall we say?
Yes. I mean, if Jasmine with her broken foot that can't even be touched by a person at all can run up this competition and beat people, there's something wrong with the competition.
Right? Oh my God. That was crazy. Yeah, I couldn't even believe they actually let her compete in this freaking thing. Like, whatever.
Of all competitions for her to compete in.
Like, she was actually like walking around with a cane for the most part. Did you see? By the way, this has nothing to do with the episode whatsoever. I can't believe I did. By the way, I was trying to be funny and eat like a Sweet Tarts candy, like Bobby did when he was eating the M&Ms during the RHAP sequester thing.
That's so funny you say that. I was
now
just
I realize
thinking. Sorry.
Now I realize. Go ahead. Now I realize I can't chew. I can't chew them up on camera. Like, they're not something you can just swallow and one crunch. Like, it's something you actually have to chew. And I realized I couldn't do that, so I spit them out. Yeah.
I was just thinking, because I just bought a big bag of caramel M&Ms today because I'm addicted to those things. And literally, I was just thinking, oh man, I wish I had those right now, but it'd be too much like the sequester episode we were on, and that would be too much. And then you pull out the candy. I'm like, well, damn it.
Yeah, good times.
Anyway, you were referring to the cane in the pool?
Oh, the cane in the pool. Oh my God. Yes, I'm talking about Jasmine walking into the pool with her fucking cane. Are you kidding me? Like, I literally was like, you've got to be shitting me. Like, she's not actually doing this, is she? Like, but no, she walked into the cane with her goddamn cane, and it was just here's the thing. In some ways, I feel like Jasmine has been culpable for some of the microaggressions in the house, and some of the colorism that's been displayed in the house. And she said some kind of nasty things about people. I'm trying to look at the fact that most people are not good or evil. They just are people, and we all have good and bad parts. So I'm trying to reflect on that when I say that Jasmine is actually somebody who I love to hate in the Big Brother house. She's very funny. I don't know if you saw a TikTok the other day about a girl who imitated Jasmine in the diary room and then outside of the diary room. Did you see this one? I retweeted it.
I did not.
She was like, oh my God, I can't believe, is that really Bobby Goodsby right there? That is amazing. I can't believe it's Bobby. And then walks out of the DR. So that's actually Bobby Goodsby standing right there, isn't it? That's amazing. Wow, like that's Jasmine. That's literally Jasmine.
That is 100% Jasmine. Yeah. No, like I said, I find her insufferable, but it's such like she's exactly what we need as a character to be so insufferable, so ridiculous and over the top that we need someone like that to root against, or at least to bring some kind of comic relief, and not in a way that they're actually intentional. That is just like, what are you doing? And it's funny because she's trying to be hilarious and be that comic relief by what she does in the diary room, and we all trash her for what she does in the diary room.
Failing so bad that it's funny. She fails so bad at being funny that it's funny. Does that make sense? And I think that's hilarious.
And the stuff that she's doing in the house that are not intentional, people are finding hilarious for the opposite effect of what she's trying. That's the best kind of Big Brother house guest, because they're just bad at being funny or entertaining, and they just are entertaining.
Yeah, speaking of Jasmine, we got the segment of her, like we said, investigating the Muffin thing, and I just want to reenact this if I can. So this is the couch. That the microphone stand is the couch that Jasmine is hiding behind. And wait, let me take this off. Oh my god, I literally pulled the whole damn thing out. Wow, that is amazing. And I forgot I have my thing wound around it here so I don't get the freaking cord. But anyway, so this is how it is, right? So she's got the couch right there, and she's going to investigate the Muffin Man, and she's going to come over here, and I'm gonna stand right here. No one sees me, right? When Monty came around the corner, oh my god, I was dying.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
She's just such an idiot. She's such a fucking idiot. And I know people. Oh my god, what the fuck? I can't even get this doing it. But seriously, she's such a fucking idiot. I'm kind of glad she's on the show at this point, because she's you know who she is? She's a Raven from Big Brother 19.
100%.
Right up here in my face. She's literally Big Brother Raven from Big Brother 19, who we still make fun of to this day. And there are parts of me that long for her to come back to Big Brother. Are you with me? We all want Raven to come back, because she's so she's such a psycho. She's so full of herself, and she believes her own lies, and we need that energy in the house, the crazy wacky energy of Big Brother. We need it from her. Bobby, talk for a second so I can fix my microphone.
You got it. No, that's so funny you bring up Raven, because honestly, I never thought in a million years we'd ever be able to find another Mensa member like Raven in the house. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if this week Jasmine reveals that, guess what, guys? I'm secretly a Mensa member. So
100.
I'm waiting for that to happen. If that happens, I'm dead. Just know I'm under this bed right now, dead, knowing that I called it from a mile away. No, but honestly, like you said, it's great. It's great TV. It's something to honestly be entertained by, especially when you just can't stand her. She's on the wrong side of the house. She's on the side that no one likes. She's someone that just can't seem to get out of her own way. And then you get the injury on top of it. It's all of the things with Raven. I don't want to say she's on Raven's level, because she's not there yet. She's got a little bit of normalcy.
She's not there yet. Yeah, she has too much normalcy.
She's got a little bit of normality right there.
Did you see? This is reality NSFW. Did you see her husband fucking came out of hiding on Twitter? He was private for a while. Did you see that Jasmine said, I think it was yesterday, the day before, that she wanted Joseph to blow her back out? And let me tell you, she wasn't talking about a chiropractor. She was literally, she said that about Joseph. That she wanted him to blow her back out. And I'll say, Jasmine, girl, you got to wait in line, because there's the rest of us that are waiting for him to blow our backs out. I'm just saying. But her husband, of all people, came out on Twitter and he went because he was private before. At first he was public, and then when all the hate started coming his way, he went private. And now he is public again, less than 24 hours after Miss Jasmine said that she wanted Joseph to blow her back out. My friend, I can't remember who it was. It was I don't want to say, because I don't want to give credit to the wrong person, but they were like, sir, step to the mic. Let's hear what you got to say.
Honestly, I hope something comes out. Jasmine, you're messing with fire here. You're gonna get burned. If you start saying the wrong things, your husband's watching.
Let me say. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. No, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to end the comment by saying, do these people not remember that there's millions of people watching them at all times, including family members? It blows my mind. I get it. You get used to the cameras and stuff, but you're still on a TV show. You should know this stuff. Every year it amazes me.
Yep. And if you think that your family members are not watching, you're probably correct. Most family members don't have the patience to sit there and watch the live feeds, but I guarantee you somebody else is watching the live feeds and they're going to tweet it to your family member or tweet it all over Twitter, and then your family member is going to see it. I want to say just really quickly that I am not shaming Jasmine for saying that she wanted Joseph to blow her back out, because number one, we all want that. Those of us who are liking men, we all want that. Number two, I am not somebody who puts any stock in monogamy. So if Jasmine is a monogamous with her man, all the better. But we don't know that. So I'm just saying that I feel like monogamy is a sham. But since Jasmine is touting it and saying that she has a husband back home who she is only with, then I think that we need to hold that up to the magnifying glass and look at that a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
Monogamy is a sham is one thing I could never say to my fiance.
I know, that's fine. Listen, I was just telling, no, for real. Like, I was just talking about this with a friend of mine the other day who in the LRG community. That's live reality games. If you don't know what that means, live reality games, LRG. That like totally unrelated to the episode, but monogamy is a sham. I feel for gay men at least. I feel like it is a heterosexual construct that has been foisted upon gay men in order to make us fit in with our straight counterparts. But I do not believe that gay men are meant to be monogamous, Bobby. I feel like gay men are meant to fuck our living brains out, which is, ever since I lost all the weight and got back in shape, that's what I've been doing. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but that's what I'm doing with my life. So anyway, that's my little rant for today about monogamy.
The same way. I think straight
men totally feel the same way. It's the women. That is the thing. See, that's the one thing that we don't have to worry about as gay men. We don't have that one ingredient that's going to hit us with a goddamn frying pan if we decide to fuck the neighbor next door, and that is a woman. I don't have a woman in my life, okay? So I don't have to worry about getting hit with a fucking frying pan. You do, though. So God bless you.
To get this out there, I love my fiance to death. I don't want anyone else. But as a straight man, we all think about it. We all think of, the grass is always greener on the other side. What could be? And if you're a straight guy out there, you've thought that a million times over.
A million times. Yes.
But you're not. Most of us are not dumb enough to pull the trigger on that because you know what? Like I said, the grass is always greener.
Yes, I'm with you on that. Okay, so like again, you guys, for real, like this was a pretty shitty episode of Big Brother. So thank God we're here to make y'all laugh. I'm giving you the real tea about what's happening in life. I'm just saying, thank God for us. I just pat ourselves on the back, Bobby. Give yourself a hand.
Here we go. No, this is a great recap. I'm bummed Alex couldn't be here. Unfortunately, Alex he couldn't be here tonight, but he might be doing an episode tomorrow. I don't want to say for sure because he will tweet that out when he has the ability to find out if that's going to be a thing. But we hope that he's doing well and hope he can have the show tomorrow. Unfortunately, Brent and I will not be there regardless. But if you guys can, go give him a shout out. Go say hello to him and go check it out because he does great work as well. You don't need just Brent and I. You don't need just Brent. You don't need just Bobby. You can have Alex too. He does a great job as well.
Alex is pretty fun, actually. Like I like having just Alex sometimes. I'm just saying.
I don't know where to go from there. All right,
go ahead.
Next part of the I have a million questions. No,
yes.
Next part of the episode. Let's go.
We can talk about them at the end. If you guys want to stick around to hear us just chat about life for a little bit with Bobby, we can answer those questions. You know how I am. I'm an open book. I say whatever's on my mind. I'll tell you. Go ahead. So we're still recapping the episode. Yes, go ahead.
There's a gigantic spider. 1 second. You talk.
Okay, you go ahead and kill it. I will vamp for a second. Oh my God, this is hilarious watching Bobby kill a spider on camera. Like,
he is my
did you get it? Did you get it?
Oh, and it
okay,
just fell.
cool.
Yeah,
and it just fell, but you got it. Okay, it's dead. Fabulous. Okay, so moving on to the episode, I don't know where you want to go from here, but we had a veto draw. And before that, we had Terrance with a plan. Oh my God, the entire episode was Mastermind Terrance. Are you here for it, Bobby?
This was probably my favorite part of the entire episode because this is something we don't get in the house, and I am dying to hear your thoughts on it.
So I think this was the Big Brother producers deciding that people don't know who the fuck Terrance is, which they'd be correct. So they decided to give him an episode. This is like all of the famous episodes and comedies of the 1990s where, you know, one particular episode was about one member of the family. And we're going to focus on that family member for the entire episode. They have their hijinks, they have their highs, their lows, and eventually, like, you come around to getting to know them a little bit better. That's what's happening in reality TV. People are like, Terrance isn't a big presence. He's being pretty quiet. And oftentimes he's being used as a pawn. So how are we going to get people the opportunity to get to know Terrance, the Terrance that somebody actually looked at the United States of America and Canada? Maybe can Canadians be on Big Brother? I don't know if they can or not. I know they can be on Survivor, but I don't know if they can be on Big Brother. Anyway,
to my knowledge.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Because they have Big Brother Canada. Anyway, point being that they looked at all of the United States and they said, we need this man. We need that man to be in the house. Okay? I'm just saying. So they decided, you know what? Somebody is like, has got a gun to their head because they literally, like, they put Terrance on a show and he's literally like watching wallpaper dry. Like, it literally is terrible. I don't know who is responsible for this, but somehow he got on Big Brother. He wandered his way onto the soundstage at CBS, which is literally how I feel like it happened. They were like, we need an old person. Hi, go in the Big Brother house. Anyway, so that's a little unfair to him. But anyway, I'm having fun with Terrance tonight. So they decide to give him the mastermind edit. Terrance has a plan. It's like Terrance, THAP. THAP. So it's not rap, it's THAP. Terrance has a plan. And he decides that he's going to try to get Monty out of the house this week. And the way he's going to do that, because of the way the veto works and where any member of the team could use the veto if they have it. For instance, if Terrance won the veto, then Monty and Joseph would also have veto power, and any one of the three could activate it. That's why he can't win it and just freeze the nominations in place or do whatever he wants with the nominations. So Terrance has a plan. He wants somebody else, either Daniel or Kyle or maybe Michael or Brittany, to win the power of veto and keep the nominations in place so that he can send Monty home, because he's sure he's lined up the votes. He knows that he has people on his side who are working with him, and he can get Monty out of the house this week. You heard it here first, but he's wrong. And the hilarious part of watching this episode is that so much went into Terrance remaining on the block with his besties, Monty and Joseph. Like, they were all working for this strategy. Terrance, more than anybody, was working for this to happen. And as God is my witness, I swear to God, on Thursday night, tomorrow, Terrance would have been the one walking out of the house. Like, that's what would have happened, I think, if Terrance remains on the block. So basically, Terrance is trying to engineer much, and he doesn't even realize it, his own demise, and other people are actively trying to prevent that from happening. And the crazy part about all this is that Terrance is willing to sit on the block in place of a man, being Daniel, who has shown no loyalty to Terrance and also was in favor of Terrance going home the week that he was up against Amira. You know who was on Terrance's side? That was Monty and Joseph. You know who was not on Terrance's side? Nicole and Daniel. Now, I realize Daniel cast a pity vote, a sympathy vote for Terrance that week, so he technically did vote to evict Amira, but that was not his intention. That was not his plan, and that is not what he wanted to have happen. When Amira was blindsided and Terrance stayed, Daniel was pissed, okay? So can someone out there in the chat please fucking tell me why the fuck this idiot has such allegiance to Daniel rather than the boys who brought you to the dance? Like, Monty and Joseph put their necks out for you. Why the fuck aren't you with them? I don't understand it. We can talk about the rest of this episode and how his plan fell apart and all that, but that is my burning question tonight. You know how, like, sometimes in some publications you have a burning question. My burning question is, what the fuck is up with Terrance, and why has his fucking tongue so far up Daniel's ass that he's willing to sit on the block for him and likely get himself evicted. Like, he just saw the blindsides the last 2 weeks, and he somehow thinks that he knows exactly what's going to happen this week. Can somebody stop me from ranting? Bobby, answer my question. Why?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a good question. No one knows. No one knows why his loyalty to Daniel is so strong. Like, I'm figuring that maybe he's just realized where the pieces are in this house, because I know he doesn't have it fully put together. There's no way. But maybe he's got an idea of who's on that side of the house and who's on his side of the house, and he knows that maybe because he thinks everyone's against Daniel. It's obvious Daniel's the next one to go, and they got to do everything they can to get rid of Daniel. So he just figures Daniel has no one. I can be Daniel's lifeline. Let me save Daniel so that he'll be aligned with me and be totally on my side no matter what, because I am protecting him from going home this week. That's my only thought process. Other than that, I don't see why he would. It doesn't make sense. Let's all, just pour one out real quick for the poor casting director that is now fired because they got Terrance on the show. All right? The decision to go with Terrance, who has to be the most boring over 40-year-old I have ever seen on reality television. And then, out of nowhere, we get his coming out episode, which is his master stroke. His Mona Lisa, if you will, that he had this perfect plan put in place. And my God, it could have been so much better had he won the veto and then not used it and then gone home because of his own stupidity and figuring that he's a mastermind. He would be above Raven at this point. I know, right? Not. It would be the first time ever someone, no, it's not first time ever, but one of the few times someone has won the veto, not used it, and then gone home because they thought they had all the votes or were a mastermind in this game. Like, it's mind-boggling to me. Like, I don't get it. I sorry, go ahead. I am just at a loss for words. We could have had so much more.
Well, that's the thing. We really couldn't because of the stupid twist. If Terrance wins the veto, then Joseph can use it and veto all three of them off the block. That's the problem.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
That's what we're being denied. If the twist wasn't in place and Terrance was on the block, let's say that Michael put up that the twist wasn't there, and Michael put up Terrance and Monty as pawns.
Yes.
And the whole plan is Monty to play in the veto to beat Daniel in case he gets drawn. Then Monty comes off the block and Daniel goes up in his place. Daniel goes home. Okay, so Terrance is the ultimate pawn. But if Terrance wins the veto and the twist isn't in place, then he can freeze the nominations in place and then force them to vote for either Monty or himself, him thinking that Monty would go home. That's what we were denied, and that would have been glorious. I actually think that would have been hilarious.
And while giving him the mastermind edit.
Yeah, exactly. While giving him the mastermind edit. We can talk about the resolution to his master plan, but he didn't even do it very well. He's lucky that Michael was so fast in finding the veto piece there at the end because he had a stockpile of them. But to me, it looked almost like you could tell, I think he was definitely hurt by Michael not being turned around, because Michael wasn't turned around when Terrance is talking to him in the Otev competition. But he needed to be turned around with Michael and then chatting underneath their breath. I need you to win this. I need you to keep the nominations in place. There's a plan. But instead, he basically exposed himself to Michael and a few other people, because not only at this time, but throughout the night when everybody's coming up to Michael to regurgitate this plan of sending Monty out, he doesn't do it in a way that seems very coherent. And instead, it seems like there is a big alliance, because I'm sure Michael has to be thinking to himself, okay, I'm in the final two with Terrance. Terrance is on the block. There have been blindsides the last 2 weeks. Why in the fuck would Terrance be willing to throw the veto to me, knowing I'll probably keep the nominations in place unless he has a giant alliance behind him. That was the first thing that should have been setting off alarm bells in Michael's head. And it was. Fast forward to later on when Jasmine's talking to Michael, when Alyssa and Indy are going up there to talk to Michael, that's when things really hit the fan for Michael and Brittany. But like, I didn't think Terrance played this for somebody who was getting the mastermind edit. He wasn't doing very well. And I will also quote Stacy in the chat, who said, why was Terrance on this show, yet Joseph was an alternate? I totally forgot that Joseph was an alternate for this show, and he is probably the second favorite of the fans. And I think in a lot of people's minds, he's literally like number one. Like if you put someone at the top of the list to win Big Brother at this point, I think it would probably be Joseph. And he is such a bright light in the house. Like he's kind, he's funny, he's mastermindy, he's schemy, he's playing both sides. And not only that, he's playing in their faces. Like this week could have been really boring, but Joseph was like, challenge accepted. I'm going to go play in the faces of all of the idiots who are not a part of the leftovers because they have no fucking clue what's really happening. So of course, like they're asking Joseph, are you a part of an alliance? No, I'm not a part of any alliance, but Joseph is just literally reading these people for filth. So again, Joseph was an alternate. Terrance was literally cast on the show. And look at what we're getting on this television. Oh my God.
Honestly, God bless America's Got Talent because we got Joseph out of it. So thank you.
Oh my
America's
God. That's what happened. I couldn't remember. There was some idiot who was on America's Got Talent, and he it just happened like yesterday apparently, and he thought he could get on CBS as well. Not so much, honey. Thank you for that, but thank you for playing.
you're no Tyler. You have to stick to one network, okay? You got
yes.
No, I will say this. Oh, and Nowhere Man, thank you. As soon as I said that, I instantly popped up in my head Marcellus. Obviously, Marcellus pulled that as one of the biggest dumb moves of all time.
Right.
But to top it all off, the cherry on top with the whole Terrance saga of being a mastermind is after all of this, after he didn't win, after he tried to form a group together to go and get out Monty, who all went up to the H room separate, which is completely showing their hand. When he mentioned to Michael, hey, you need to take this. I can't show my cards, while showing his cards up there on the thing talking to Michael. And then Michael doesn't go through with Terrance's plan because, it was Terrance's plan, not anyone else's. After all that, Terrance has the audacity in the diary room to be, well, it's okay. I still have a plan. And I'm just like, dead. Like, let's get out of here now. This guy is not. He just doesn't.
Yeah, it's not it. No, he's literally terrible. They're feeding him lines in the diary room. The little thing with the record scratch was definitely fed to him. It's really hard to watch. And the really shitty part is that I was really hoping, like, I know you guys aren't with me on this, and I understand Daniel's a pretty horrible person, and we wanted him out of the house. We talked about this on Thursday, but like Daniel at least is like actively evil, whereas Terrance is just a dud. And I would rather have somebody actively evil in the house where like they win HOH and I have to be like, oh my God, like that's my worst nightmare, rather than somebody like Terrance who just gives me nothing. He gives me nothing. And that's part of the problem.
So wait, Stacy says we're going back to the guy, I forget his name, that was the guy that was kicked off for was replaced because he was on America's Got Talent. He was on America's Got Talent, and he may be on the Netflix. Netflix's The Circle too. He tried out for 3 reality TV shows. Let me get this straight. This guy, if it's true, and he was on The Circle as well, this guy got onto 3 separate reality TV shows. Marvin, thank you. Marvin got onto 3 reality. He must be the most genius person when it comes to getting cast for reality TV. If he was able to get on 3 separate networks, reality TV shows, all within a 1-year span, let's say, I can't even get on one. Whatever this guy's doing, I need to learn it because he's doing an amazing job. If he got cast on 3 different shows.
Crazy. Yes.
Insane. All right, so what do you make of all of them going into Michael's HOH room, basically showing their cards and being like, listen, We want to get him out. We got to get Monty out of this house. And every single one of them going separately. What is your thought on that entire process?
I think it was, you know, God bless them, is what I would say. God bless them, because they tried. They fucking tried. Okay. It was really shoddy, and unfortunately for them, Michael's a really good player and a fan of Big Brother, so he knows what to look for. They got too excited, and they decided to just shoot their whole wad at once. Okay, this was not a 2-hour fuck. This was over in 3 minutes, and they shot their wad, and obviously they got it all over their face, because that's exactly what happened. They decided to get too cute about it. Everybody all go up within the next 3 hours. Tell Michael that we have his back, that we're gonna vote out Monty. And it, like, what they should have done is tell the plan to Monty, let it to Michael, let it simmer a bit, that you're gonna try to backdoor Monty, or not backdoor, get rid of Monty, evict him, and just let him think about it, and let Michael go to other people. Let Michael go to Alyssa. Let Michael, you had 2 days. Let Michael go to Terrance. Let Michael go to Jasmine, and let him find the information. And he would have probably been pretty cool with that. But instead, like, literally everybody came up there to tell Michael what he wanted to hear. And it was really, really disappointing to watch.
Yes. All right. So there's one important question that Dev has to ask here is, who's the villain after tomorrow? And the answer stays Jasmine. Jasmine
is the forever villain. Yes.
She is the forever villain, forever comedic relief in the way that she's not anticipating. And my God, is she going to just be out of her mind when she realizes how she's been portrayed when she gets out of this house. Like, the way she probably thinks, the public thinks about her is,
right?
She probably thinks everyone feels sorry for her. They want her to do well because she got an injury, that, you know, she's this country bumpkin that everyone loves, like a Donnie type. She's going to be in for a world of hurt. Not mainly because she said anything like super, super bad. Like, she did have some shitty comments in the house, but she wasn't as bad as some others. She's just going to have a world of hurt when she gets out and realizes she's not the character thought she was being portrayed as.
I think that's very true. I see that Nowhere Man is saying that she might be gone next week. Honey, I don't think that's true. I mean, I would love for it to be true. I will say, if they don't get her out next week or the week after that, like, if she doesn't go by the end of the double eviction, she's going to the final 3. I just think that that's exactly what's going to happen. And it's good that we are getting used to her crazy ways, because she's going to be around a while, I feel like.
Yeah, I think so too. They'd be idiots to get rid of her. There's no reason on God's green earth to get rid of her.
Right. We're like almost through an hour of the episode, or the recap right now. So I wanted to say this real quick. The choice for the Big Brother producers the editors, I should say, to not include the moment where Michael and Brittany realized that they were being played by the other side was atrocious. I do not know what they're smoking over there at CBS, but Michael and Brittany had a literal eureka moment where they were like, aha, there's the criminal. There's the clue. Like, that is the moment that they needed to show on the episode. And instead, they didn't show it tonight. Instead, they showed like a glob of people walking into the HOH room and saying this and that. And they showed Michael slowly realizing this is what's going on. And maybe they were doing that for the drama at the end of the episode, but they really shortchanged Michael and Brittany. Because also, we basically saw no Brittany in this episode. And I have to take the Big Brother producers to task for that, because I feel like we don't really know Brittany either. And I don't know why they're giving Terrance the spotlight when Brittany is the person who basically put the kibosh on this plan. I know Michael ultimately realized that he shouldn't go through with it, but Brittany was the person out there giving us the real tea, spotting Kyle's bullshit. We haven't even talked about Kyle. Kyle was doing everything possible to avoid going on the block with Daniel, and it was really irritating people. I know that this is a little bit of a segue, because now I'm talking about Kyle, but Kyle has given nothing to this alliance and has been saying some pretty shady things in offense of this alliance, in that he thinks all the people of color are working together for a like-minded goal, much like the cookout, that they're going to get to the end again and win. That's what he's afraid of, but he's basically shown no evidence that that's the case. In fact, you saw Jasmine and Terrance actively plotting against Monty in this episode. So the fact that Kyle's stupid plan blew up in his face and he has to sit on the block with Daniel, I thought was great to watch. I know Kyle didn't want to be on the block, and like nobody wants to be on the block in Big Brother, but you're in a fucking alliance. Other people have sat on the block, and now your white boring ass has to sit on the block too. And actually, he's not boring, but he's microaggressive. How's that? Yeah, I know people on Twitter are calling him KKK Kyle. I feel like that's a bridge too far for me, but I'm a privileged white man, so I don't get to make the call on that. But I can say that I think that he's he needs, like, I'll say this. He's never said the reason that Monty and Taylor and Terrance and Joseph and Jasmine, and I think he included India at some point, the reason that all of these people are working together is because they have a like-minded goal. Notwithstanding, none of these people have worked together really in the past, except for the fact that they're all people of color. And he thought he was being really cute about the fact that, oh, I'm not saying they're people of color. I'm just pointing out that all of these people that I just named all happen to be people of color. And it wasn't lost on Twitter. It wasn't lost on me. I thought it was like a really terrible take. And I got this question from a few people on Twitter, and I just want to address it right now. People that are saying, I guess I've been yelling a lot because my voice is leaving me, but the people that are saying that, doesn't Kyle have a right to feel the way he does, considering what happened last season on the cookout? And the answer to that question is, no, he doesn't. And here's why. He doesn't have that reason because he's been shown no reason to think that way. Last season was a very special season with a very special mission. There had never been an African-American winner in the history of the show to win Big Brother. 6 Black contestants took it upon themselves to do it and to put somebody in the top spot who was like them, who was Black, okay? But every other season of Big Brother, the white people all target the Black people and the people of color because they think they're all working together anyway, which is exactly what Kyle is doing right now. And unless he's been shown evidence to the contrary, that they are working together all with a common goal of trying to get other people of color to the end, which of course is not happening. I just think he's so out of line as a privileged straight white man to say such a thing. But that's my take.
No, it's a great take, and it's absolutely something that when I heard about it, when I heard what had gone down, because I didn't get to see it, but when I heard what he said and some of the remarks, I definitely don't think that he meant it in the way that maybe it seemed like, but I definitely think it was the wrong way to go about it, and it's the wrong thing to say in general. It's just something that should not have been said. And like you said,
well, I'm just going to stop you because I definitely disagree with you on that one. I do think that he meant it. And the reason that I feel like he do is just, it wasn't just that, it was other things he said where he constantly kept lumping in all the people of color together and saying, like, oh, you know, like, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that. And he also, like, Brittany kept trying to tell Kyle that Taylor is with us. Like, Taylor wants to get rid of the boys. Taylor wants to get rid of Monty. But Kyle was disbelieving it. Even in the face of all the evidence that's in front of him, Bobby, he still would not believe it. And the only reason that I can see is that she's a Black woman. That is the only reason. So I hear what you're saying, but I feel like you're being too nice. And I just have to call that out. And I'm not saying that you're intentionally trying to be nice. I'm just saying that maybe you haven't seen all of the other things that Kyle has said. But I do think he was doing it on purpose, and I do think that he was doing it in such a way where he thought he was being cute so that he could get away with it. But the problem is that we're smart people too, and we see what he's doing.
And like I was going to say, like, as a privileged white male myself, I can't say for a fact what he said was right and wrong. I'm not trying to say that. And what I was just saying was, I think that the way he went about it, maybe he didn't verbalize it the right way. And I'm not saying his intentions weren't that. I'm just saying that from my aspect, I think that maybe I'm not saying he misspoke. That's not the right thing to say.
No, you get, I can't say he misspoke because that's giving him a pass. We're not giving him a pass.
100%. I don't even know how I'm trying to verbalize this myself, but
I mean, I think like Bobby, I think he was being a little racist and he got caught. Like, that's, I'm sorry, there's no other way to say it. Like, I know it's not fun, but we've all done, or I shouldn't say all, a lot of us, especially privileged white men such as ourselves, have done or thought or said something in our lives that was somewhere between microaggressive to flat out racist. Okay.
100%, yeah.
It's so funny because like at my place that we have something called the look, which is like it's explicitly implicit bias training, and it's where people who think that they're not racist take a good look at themselves and think, oh my God, I said something that was racist, or I okayed something that was racist, or I apologized for somebody else that was racist, and I shouldn't be doing that. And I feel like that's what's happening with Kyle and some people who he's a sweet, nice guy. We want to give him a pass. Like, maybe he just didn't say it the right way. But no, bitch. No. I can tell you, for real, he was being a little bit racist and he got caught. And by that's a joke, by the way, from the musical Avenue Q has this song where everyone's a little bit racist. So I was trying to make a joke with Kyle. He was being racist and he got caught, point blank, end the period.
Yeah, no, and that's a great point. Let's just move on to something else because I think you said it great. I think you
thank you.
Displayed the correct way of doing it. And I'm just gonna dig myself a hole if I try to say anything else. So, no, let's move on to the next thing. So that was actually pretty much it for the episode. What did you actually? No. What did you think of Michael's speech during the veto? Everyone had something to say about it afterwards.
Loved it because you don't even see this in the episode, but both apparently Taylor and Turner were busted by Daniel as smirking / laughing at the speech, and Terrance and Daniel were not pleased with this, especially because Daniel was the first HOH. He tried to get Taylor out of the house. Remember that? He tried to get Taylor out of the house. And if not for Paloma quitting, which Daniel is still blaming on Taylor for some reason, like Daniel's blaming Taylor for Paloma quitting. Okay, whatever. I don't even know how he's getting there with that, but whatever. He's mad that Taylor's going to outlast him. And I thought it was funny earlier today. Taylor asked the diary room if she could swear in her goodbye message. I don't know what the answer was, but I know that she asked them if she could swear because she's making a goodbye message for Daniel. And of course, we're here for that because she needs to let him have it. The other thing she was going to say was, well, Daniel, I guess you're going to get your wish. You're not going to have to talk to me until finale night. Like that. That would be glorious. Taylor is such a classy gal. I will say that she's, I think I've said this before, she's almost too good for this game because all of the people that have been bullies to her or have been really, really terrible towards her or have said some microaggressive to racist things in the house, she wants to forgive them. She doesn't want social media to come after these people. She's not going to get her wish on that, I'm sorry to say. But she really is trying to be the better person. And of course, Taylor has not seen everything that's happened behind her back. So there's that. But she's really tried to be the bigger person. She's such a good soul. She's basically like, I can come after Daniel because he came after me, but I don't want social media to tear him apart. That's what she wants it to end at the door, basically. And I just got to say, I don't think that Daniel's going to get that lucky.
Yeah, no, I loved everything she did that Michael did in the message to Daniel to basically be like, hey, listen, this is what you said week 1, and now your words are coming back to eat you. I just love that he was just like, my favorite Elvis impersonator once said, that was so good.
So great.
It was so great. Good. And honestly, just like I said last week, everything Daniel has done in this game has completely backfired from start to finish. Nothing has gone the way he has wanted it to, and it's all gone back in his face. From trying to target Michael the very first part of week 1, trying to get out Taylor, both those things didn't happen. Then just each and everything, Paloma's pack, or he wasn't part of that, but trying to form alliances, all this stuff. And now last week, we had his number 1 ally, Nicole, go home when he thought she was going to be safe. And now he thought that they had the perfect plan to get rid of Monty and save his ass. And now he's going out the door. I love that he has just gotten his just desserts. And someone who's wanted to be in this game for 10 plus years of auditioning and then finally gets an opportunity and it goes as poorly as possibly could be. You don't even make jury, and you've had everything you've tried to do go wrong and really blow up in your face. This is what you deserve for the actions you have represented yourself in the house. I just think that this is absolutely fantastic.
I can't believe it that the last 2 seasons we're going to basically get the 5 pre-jurors that we all wanted. Like, if you would have told me going into the end of week 1 that Paloma, Pooch, Amira, Nicole, and Daniel were going to be the first 5 people that didn't make jury, I would have told you were smoking crack, and yet here we are. Like, it should be amazing from here, because I think that the people that are left on the other side of the leftovers are Jasmine, who we've already talked about. She's a little kooky, a little crazy, a lot crazy, has a few fake accents here and there, has said some not so nice things, and definitely has a little bit of an obsession with Taylor. But she's a fun villain. I think she's fun and she's crazy and she's a villain. Okay, so there's that. They have Alyssa, who has a pretty amazing social game, is well liked by everybody in the house, and has not really, like, of the people on that side, she has not participated in the mean girl attitude towards Taylor the most, although she's in a showman's with Kyle. And the hilarious part is that now basically it's like it's a regret fuck. Like, they haven't actually fucked, but her and Kyle have been like in this faux showman's for like a week now. So she's been able to kiss him. She's been able to feel up on him. She's been able to smell him. And I think it's all setting into her now, Alyssa I'm talking about, that he's a 30-year-old man who still lives with his mom.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what she's realizing. And she doesn't really like that. So they have Alyssa. They have Jasmine. Indy is the person that I cannot stand at this point.
Yeah.
She's the person that I really hope is evicted soon, but I don't know how that's going to happen. I want her out of the house so bad. I kind of wish the Big Brother Bestie twist was going on for one more week, because then I think Indy would be evicted. But who knows? Maybe Alyssa might be evicted. I don't know. Of the people on that side, I think Indy has been a really horrible, vile person. I mean, last week I called her the C word, so you know how vile she's been. I'm not here for it. But and then we have Terrance, and he's kind of like wallpaper. So I really feel like mostly good options for the winner of this season.
Honestly, she reminds me of the female version of Terrance. Like, what was she cast for? She is not entertaining. She doesn't bring anything. Yeah, she has that little bit of a fiery attitude, but we don't see it in the episodes, really. And outside of her complaining about being on Slop, she has zero part of any of this game. And I don't know if it's a barrier between how she watched Big Brother in Brazil compared to how we play Big Brother here, or what, but it is just atrocious watching her on the live feeds.
It's just she just wants to be part of the popular crowd. I remember she was one of the people that was like, "Oh my god, like Taylor knew before I knew." Like, that was the part that offended her. Not that she got blindsided, but that Taylor knew before she did. They asked her, like, "Well, who would you want to go home between Monty and Joseph?" I think this was who they were talking about. But her answer was like, "I don't care. Like, I'll just go with the house on this one." She's like the worst kind of player ever, you guys. Like, ugh. And she was the one I was most excited about in the beginning. Oh, I think I got fooled too on that one. Yeah. Anyway. You froze for a second. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yep, it froze both of us on my end. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I think it's freezing you now.
Now I'm frozen on my end.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up. It's been over an hour. Yeah, like I'll just go ahead and wrap it up for us. You quit talking because now it's lagging again on your end. So I'll wrap it up for both of us. Fantastic episode of Big Brother. Not for the actual show, but for the recap. I think we had a lot of fun today. If you want to follow Bobby, you can at Goodsby Bobby. That's GOODSBY BOBBY. You can always follow me at One Lucky Gay on Twitter. Bobby, are you still lagging, or do you want to try to say something at this point?
I think I'm good now, so I will say something real quick.
Nope, you're not. Go ahead, but go ahead. If you talk continuously, I think it'll be okay. Tell people what you want to tell them.
Okay, next week we can hopefully give you guys a little bit of like us talking about life and stuff too, because that was a lot of fun in the midway part of this show. We will
You froze again. Is he just freezing for me? You guys tell me. Like, as it looks like he's totally frozen now. Is he totally frozen?
We'll
Tell
have
me.
the
You
ads
guys.
playing at
This is such a shit show at the end. Oh my god.
What is going on?
Bobby, quit talking. Like, you were literally frozen for yeah, see, the chat is with me on this. You were frozen for like 20 seconds, okay? So, yeah, okay. I'm taking over. Bobby, you're out. Bye. You've been voted off the island. You guys, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Like I said, Alex may have a show tomorrow, so hit the notifications for Reality NSFW. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Please give us a like and say something in the comments. We don't get a lot of comments from you guys. So once this goes from live to regular, please go back and leave a comment if you can. For Bobby Goodsby and Brent Wolgamott, having just got my monkeypox vaccine, we had a great time with you guys. See you later. Bye. Bobby,
We're all trying to eat better, but healthy breakfast doesn't have to be boring. Magic Spoon has the amazing flavors you love, but without all the bad stuff. And it's amazing as a midnight snack right before bed.
0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. That's only 140 calories per serving.
It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low-carb. And build your own box. Available flavors to build your very own custom bundle are cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, blueberry, cinnamon, cookies and cream, and my favorite, maple waffle. Now, Magic Spoon recently brought back their 2 super popular flavors, cookies and cream and maple waffle. Thank goodness. But they're back permanently. And when these flavors were first introduced for a limited time, they sold out extremely quickly. Now, I'm here to let you know you can get them again or try them for the first time. Why? Because they're delicious and indulgent.
Johnny, Magic Spoon has so many great flavors that I really enjoy, and even my kids enjoy them. We have the cocoa, fruity frosted, peanut butter. All these are really great combinations. They enjoy waking up in the morning and getting some Magic Spoon right off to start their day great before they head off to school. I think everybody listening should give Magic Spoon a try, or if you've tried them already, it's time to reorder. Let's get you some more Magic Spoon and get your day started right.
Hey, when I finish a podcast late at night, the first thing I'm thinking is not sleep. It's let me grab a delicious bowl of Magic Spoon before I go to bed.
So go to magicspoon.com/survivor to grab a custom bundle of cereal and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code SURVIVOR at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/survivor and use the code SURVIVOR to save $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this podcast.
Thanks for sticking with us through the ad break. Don't forget, for more exclusive Reality NSFW content, visit adfreeNSFW.com.
This episode of Reality NSFW is sponsored by Blue Chew. Say it with us, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is making waves and bringing more confidence to the bedroom by offering chewable tablets that can help men get stronger and longer lasting erections. That's right, we're giving away super hard dicks.
Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve harder, stronger erections to combat all forms of ED.
Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor offices, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. And it ships right to your door in a discreet package. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And the best part, it's all done online.
Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription. Don't like swallowing pills? No problem here. Blue Chew's sildenafil and tadalafil tablets are chewable. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and they prepare and ship direct, so it's cheaper than a pharmacy.
Hey, if you're looking to give that immunity idol to someone, or you don't want to be voted out of a crater, don't worry, Blue Chew's got you covered. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use promo code SURVIVOR at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's Blue Chew, BlueChew.com, promo code SURVIVOR to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
All right, I don't know if I'm still frozen, but thank you guys. And I'm probably freezing multiple times over right now. Sorry for my messy condo, because now you see full screen and you can see just me. But like I said in the comments, if you guys can, please check out Alex tomorrow on his episode immediately following after the eviction episode. It's not 100% sure that he's going to be here, but if he is, I will put something on Twitter. I'll try to get Brent to put something out there if he can, and then hopefully Alex will promote it himself. So if you guys can, we would love it if you guys went out and supported our buddy Alex. He's just going to do the same show just without me and Brent. So it should be good, and he might have a couple surprise guests. So if so, that'll be very, very fun. Not sure if I'm just freezing right now or if I'm actually talking to anyone. That's okay. I still hear you. Okay, cool. So someone can hear me. Thank you, Stacy. So yeah, like I said, I didn't get to talk because I was going kind of fidgety on the screen. I was freezing like crazy. But I will say this. Thank you guys so much. Once again, I'm at Goodsby Bobby. Brent is at One Lucky Gay. Yes, I'm talking to you guys because I figured, you know what? I don't have Brent here. I might as well say something. I had to wait out the commercials anyways. So I did make it all the way through. Thank you guys for your guys' continued support. If you can, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that like button. It really helps us a lot here on the channel. Also, if you could hit subscribe, it would help us keep our jobs over here with Johnny Fairplay. No, I think he loves us here. We really love doing this, and it would just help us be able to bring you guys more content and maybe even be able to do this more than one day a week. Who knows? Maybe in the future, Brent will open up some time. I'll open up some time, and we'll both be able to do it a little bit more. We're trying to plan some things for next season during the Big Brother Canada season and possibly Big Brother 25 to bring you guys some more content. If I can convince Brent, maybe we can get something going. So definitely thank you guys for everything and your continued support. Hope I'm not frozen right now. I'm going to get out of here because I'm just I don't have Brent to like cut me off and tell me, hey, stop talking. So yeah, I'm out of here. Once again, thank you. We'll see you guys next week. And if you can, check out Alex tomorrow. Bye, guys.
And for more reality NSFW content, visit adfreensfw.com.